Alright, what's up guys? It's Dan here, and today I just wanted to give you kind of an update on where I've been and also some tangible tips to help you during really busy times if you are running a side business like rental real estate like I do, in addition to your nursing or travel nursing career. So the reason I haven't posted a video in a while is just because I was going through the most busy time of year for somebody who is a landlord, and that is, in my opinion, trying to fill vacant units. So say a tenant is not re-signing their lease, you're going to have to advertise that unit and show it to other potential tenants. And that takes a lot of time. You got to field messages. So I'm going to give you some tangible tips today, 3 tangible tips to help you get through that process while you are working a travel nursing assignment or a travel nursing job. So let's just get right into it. The first tip, and I wrote them down so I can keep track, that I'm going to give you is you're going to have really good time management. And the first tip going along with that is to book all of your showings on weekends at fixed times. So specifically for me, I work in the operating room, obviously, working a weekend shift right now, fielding cases that are coming in. But during those times, when there's a little bit of downtime in the operating room, what you can do is book all of your cases on the weekends that you're not working. So what I would do constantly is I worked 4 days a week, I worked 4 10-hour shifts. I would have a Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. So I advertised my triplex that I have. I was advertising 3 units, so I was getting like hundreds of messages. I advertisement on apartments.com. They have a really good system that kind of like automates everything. You can send leases, DocuSign stuff, and a lot of people find your stuff through apartments.com. I also advertise through Facebook Marketplace. So between those two, I was getting at least between 100 and 200 messages within a week's time. So I had a lot of people to respond to. So you're gonna naturally have a lot of showings. So instead of just kind of like saying, oh, when do you want to see the property or whatever, and trying to make that happen after work and stuff like that, what I would do is just have a set fixed time between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that I would direct everybody to come and see the property at. So that usually was going to work for just about anybody who wanted to see the property. I would choose between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And that way I could also let the current tenants that were in the property know, hey, I'm going to be showing the property between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. I'll let you know exactly what times during those days. And it's easier for the tenants who are currently living there to kind of like plan around and be able to step out of the property while you're showing the property. And it's also easier for you to plan your schedule during your off shifts to show the property, so that you're not like going after work. If you work a 7 to 5 like I do, you're not going at like 6, 7 at night. You're just going to be drained after work. You're not going to be able to explain the property as well. And yeah, so just booking during those times. I usually go in 30-minute increments, and that really helps me out. And so between 10 and 2, I can book like 6, 7, 8 showings during that time. And as long as you weed out to all the applicants to only the most qualified people, then that's going to be more than enough. I was able to rent out all of my properties within 2 weeks. So the second quick tip I have for you is to have prescripted systems set up to weed out all of the unqualified applicants. So because I was getting so many people interested in my property, and I didn't have a lot of time to show them on the weekends, it takes a lot of mental energy to be able to respond to that many applicants. So I tried to have my criteria set up high, which is also just good in general to find the best applicant that's going to give you the least amount of problems when you're renting out your property. So I generally had my credit scores to be above 620. You can go higher if you want, but I think that above 620 is basically low risk. All of the applicants that I accepted have 700 and above, but keep it at 620 to get people who maybe just don't have a big credit history or whatever the case may be. There was absolutely no smoking anywhere on my property, so in my area that weeded out a lot of people. So, and I do not allow any, obviously, a criminal and background check, no really big crimes in the past, and then they have to make at least 3 times the monthly rent. So if the monthly rent was $1,000, they have to be able to bring in gross every single month $3,000 of income, so that they can comfortably afford the property. And I would literally list all 3 or 4 of those requirements in a pre-scripted text. And whenever somebody messaged me on Facebook, whenever somebody emailed me on apartments.com or sent me a text message, I would just copy and paste that pre-scripted text, message it to them, make sure that they met all of those requirements, because those were basically the pretty baseline requirements that would weed out most of the people who were unqualified. And then after that, we could have a conversation about, moving into the property. I wouldn't answer any phone calls, because, if 100 and 200 people are calling you, you're going to be spending all day, all night on the phone. So I would only text or email or Facebook message, because I could do that while I was at work. I could do that while, I'm just driving in the car safely as I pull over while I'm doing that. You can kind of just do that passively and just email that, and usually that'll weed out, honestly, about 50 to 70% of the people, and then you're getting the people who are mostly almost 100% qualified and super interested in your property and are going to treat it really nicely. And then from there, you can go on to setting up the showings in those 30-minute increments, like I was telling you. And that leads me to my last tip, is to use either, if you're on Apple, Siri, or if you're on Android, Google. I would use Google Calendar for everything. And honestly, just because I didn't want to have to do it while I was driving, I would honestly just do the "Hey Google" kind of thing, where I would just say, "Hey," and then say, "Set up a showing for Jen at 10:30 on Friday," and it would just set it all up for me, put it in the calendar, and I wouldn't have to think about it. So the day before, I could just look through all the showings I had, and it made it super simple. You're trying to systematize everything so that you're not so mentally drained when you're on top of your working shift. You're trying to provide good patient care, but you're not constantly thinking about that. You're trying to spend as little mental energy as possible on setting up the showings. That's what really, really worked for me during this time. It was still really difficult because I was renting out my triplex, where I had 2 units. I had a 1-bed, 1-bath, and a 2-bed, 2-bath that I was getting a lot of attention on. And then I also lived in the 3-bedroom, 2-bath in the basement that I was moving out of and renting out by the bedroom. And so that was basically 3 separate units that I was having to fill. So that was almost like 5 units that I was trying to rent out in about a 2 to 3, 4 week time. And so that took quite a lot of time. And I was also putting my Baltimore house up for sale. And that's, I guess, a topic for another video, just trying to focus all of my properties in one area. That's also kind of like a bonus tip here at the end. If you are getting into the real estate business, it makes a lot of sense, especially as you're travel nursing and you're just nursing in general. If you're doing local nursing, local travel, then it's a lot easier to manage your properties if they're all within like a 10 to 15 minute radius of each other. So that's where I'm trying to focus now. I'm trying to think of where I want to be in about 5 years to make it as easy as possible for myself to manage all of my properties. So basically planning my business around my vision for where I want my future to be. So that's basically where I've been for the past, I guess, 2 months now at this point. Just wanted to give you guys an update and give you some tangible tips that you can follow to starting your real estate business in addition to your travel nursing business. Just not so much a travel nursing tip video in this video, but just kind of giving you some tips on what I basically am doing travel nursing for, to live a better, more fulfilled life, and for my future family, just planning up the passive income so that I can have an easier time in the future. Travel nursing hopefully will be around forever, but it's best to take advantage of it now while the need is super high for nurses, and make a lot of income super quickly, and take advantage of the opportunities in travel nursing to put that money towards side businesses to help you out in the future. So I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to try and post a lot more often now. I know I kind of said that in other videos, but I am moving to a 3-day-a-week schedule, and I can also show you how I negotiated that in another upcoming video. But I'm going to be moving to a 3-day-a-week schedule where I'm going to have a lot more time again to start devoting to videos, because honestly, working 4 days a week, really that extra day does take a lot of mental energy out of you to just be at work that extra day, and then when you get home you don't feel like you have enough time to get the adequate amount of sleep and also make videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you have any questions, please comment in the comment section down below. Ask any questions. I'm really responsive on YouTube. I try to respond to every single comment I get, and if you found it helpful, also give it a thumbs up. That really helps me grow the channel and provide as much value to anyone who's interested in travel nursing and real estate as possible. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.